This episode of The Travelling Epicurean was made possible by these sponsors.
Michel here. Welcome back to the Traveling Epicurean. Being from an Italian family, you guys know I have a soft spot for pasta, and today we're making homemade tortellini with my friend Steve Gullet and his son Max.
Hi. Hello.
And this is going to be so much fun because we're going to get a little bit creative, right? Because we have a pasta machine.
Yes, we do. It's a smart pasta machine, and it tells us how much water to put in. We can put the flour in, and it mixes it, and it comes out beautifully.
And it just comes out ready to go, right? For us to cut the little circles out?
Right. It saves a lot of time for something that's so time
consuming. Sure. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, I'm so excited about this. So why don't we show everybody what we're going to need for the filling?
Okay, great.
Okay.
Here we go.
So what do we have in here for the filling, Max?
It's sun-dried tomato and mozzarella.
And mozzarella chunks. Okay, I see that in there.
And we also have some fresh parmesan.
Okay.
And a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
And we blend it all up to make a nice filling. We'll just blend them all together with a hand blender.
With an immersion blender. Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. Oh, I like that. That's a great idea.
It's very tasty, and it also has a nice texture to it because of the parmesan and the olive oil.
Yeah.
So it scoops in nicely.
It's beautiful. Now, is that regular mozzarella or is that smoked mozzarella?
It's a regular mozzarella.
Okay.
You know, the sun-dried tomatoes are smoky enough.
That's true.
So we decided to go with regular.
Okay. Ooh, this is going to be so delicious. So now you're going to use the immersion blender, and we're just going to puree that. Now, do you puree it to a smooth or just a chunky paste? When do you stop?
It's fairly smooth, but it's
Okay.
a little gritty. It's
Okay.
a little gritty. Oh, I don't know.
What is it?
Push over here.
Wow, look at that. That looks beautiful.
I know. So you don't really need a lot. So
Yeah.
so this amount will make quite a few. Probably serve
Absolutely.
8 people. It's not like ravioli. And if you have extra, you could just put it on bread.
Ooh,
You know, make a crostini with it.
that sounds like another show. All right, so why don't we move on to the ingredients for the pasta machine?
Sounds great. You can just pour it in, and it tells you how much is in. Then it'll tell you how much moisture you need to put in as it mixes the dough. So first you have to take the top off.
Okay.
And some bread flour. And it measures.
So this is all-purpose bread flour. Now, why are you using
Right.
bread flour instead of all-purpose flour?
It has more gluten in it.
Okay.
So, and I like to do about 70% bread flour
Yeah,
and 30% semolina.
gotcha. I like the semolina too. It gives it a little bit more texture.
Yes,
think?
yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And it makes the pasta more manageable and less sticky, I believe.
yeah.
So we'll put some semolina. See, we're getting up to 2 pounds. We can only do 2 pounds at once. Okay.
And does it have different attachments in the front where it comes out?
Yes,
as
it
a different
does.
pasta?
So this is an attachment which would be a flat pasta for
Okay.
lasagna or what we're doing now.
Okay.
But there's also one for penne. There's one for pappardelle,
Oh, how cool.
spaghetti, angel hair pasta,
Lovely.
fettuccine tagliatelle.
Very nice.
It goes on and on.
All right.
Okay, so now what we do is we There are two settings. One is for plain pasta and one is for flavored pasta. Since this is plain pasta, we hit that setting and then we hit the water moisture setting, and it tells us that we need 180 milliliters to put into the flour, the mixture of flour.
Gotcha.
So then we start the mixing and we add slowly 180 milliliters of the water. So you can see it mixing up little by little.
Isn't that wonderful?
And
That is beautiful.
And it takes 3 minutes. You want to finish that in, Max?
Sure.
Do you make this a lot with your dad, Max?
Not often, but I'm pretty sure I know the basics.
Yeah. This makes it a lot of fun though. It's, you know, stress-free. You're still going to be working the dough when it comes out all kneaded and nice, thin, ready to go.
Does most of it for you, though.
It does most of it for you, right?
Right, and it's something like tortellini, which takes so much effort and time.
Exactly.
Having the pasta in sheets,
Yes.
you know, done for you, it takes a lot less time doing the tortellini.
Yeah.
So, which is one reason why I make it more often.
Well, and then you can enjoy your friends and family and relax and have a glass of wine, right?
Exactly. More wine, more vino.
More vino. Not for you, Max.
No, or grape juice.
So do you make lasagna with these sheets?
No, I do not.
Why not, Steve?
My kids,
Max, do you make lasagna with these sheets?
I don't like lasagna, though.
Oh my goodness,
which
I
is
love
which
lasagna.
is why I don't make lasagna, because my kids don't like
Yeah.
it. So you can see how it's starting to get a better,
Oh,
a
I
nice
see
fuller shape.
that. Isn't that beautiful? Really nice.
We
I
can
just-
use these long strips because then we'll be cutting out circles.
Yeah,
So the longer, the better. It doesn't really matter.
exactly.
So then I jiggle it a little bit,
Isn't that pretty?
and here
Voila.
we go.
Oh, wow.
So now what we need to do is, so you beat the egg, not too much, you don't want it to get foamy.
Sure.
And add a teaspoon of water and mix it, okay? And then we want to brush around the edge. So you brush it right in,
This.
all the way around. There you go. So it kind of acts as a glue.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And you don't want too much on it because then it won't stick,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you want to make sure that it acts as a glue. So let's take the filling. Not too much.
Not too much, yeah.
And then we'll fold it so it's like a semicircle or half moon. And you pinch the edges
To really get that seal there, right?
to get the seal. Exactly. So then you can even see where the filling is.
Yeah.
And then you put it around
Wrap around your pinky.
your
I like
pinky so it looks like that.
That. It's beautiful.
And then you pull it down.
Isn't that sweet? I like the way you're making your tortellini here, Steve.
Thank you very much.
It's beautiful. It's really
So,
artistic.
There it is,
It's
in the front and the
gorgeous.
back, and you pull it out.
Isn't that nice? I love it. That's very
Perfetto.
beautiful. All right, Max, you ready? We're gonna start doing these together, right?
Yes.
Okay. That looks beautiful. It looks like you've done a few of these, Steve.
Just a few hundred.
Just a few thousand.
You may be right about just putting the egg wash on one
top.
side.
How does my tortellini look?
Oh, nice. You pull
Very
it down.
good.
There you go. Looks beautiful.
It's the stuffing, not too much stuffing.
Not too much.
And you feel like you want to put more stuffing in there, right?
Right.
But you don't, you can't.
Especially if you've done ravioli before.
Yeah, and I make a lot of ravioli. So I think that this, you're just giving it that beautiful little hint of flavor in the center, right?
Mm-hmm. Let me get a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's actually really sealed because I pinch the edges. Then I bring it around my finger, and then I pull it down.
Nice.
There you go. Another one.
Yeah.
And then push it all the way down.
All the way down. Oh, all the way down like that. Ooh, I like that. Isn't that
Nice.
pretty?
You're a quick
Okay, I have to
learner.
get off my finger.
Excellent. That looks great.
Yay!
That's perfect. But the dough actually feels nice because
The dough
we
feels nice.
we covered it.
Yeah.
Hang of it now.
I like this one.
Just takes a little bit of time.
Max, nice job. That's beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna do a close-up so everyone can see how nice this looks. And I've gotten
Very
myself
nice.
to really know that you don't need a lot of stuffing.
Right, it doesn't take long to
No,
figure.
this is just that extra little burst of goodness that you get
More
from.
than you think.
Yeah, it goes a lot farther than you think, right, Max?
Yep.
All right.
So that amount of stuffing will make a lot.
That will
Tortellini.
make a real lot.
That'll
Yeah,
feed in our
absolutely. Okay. So, and then I'm gonna fold it over, and then press the edges. And then I'll do each one. And then we seal the edges, right? And then we wrap it around our pinky.
seal.
Seal it. And then fold it down. Isn't that pretty? There's a story to this tortellini.
There's a legend. The legend says that Venus, the goddess of love, was traveling to a small town called Castelfranco Emilia, which is between Modena and Bologna,
Okay.
and she stayed at a tavern. And the innkeeper was so taken by her beauty that he looked through the keyhole in her room at night, and he got a glimpse of her navel. So he rushed to the
Oh, my.
kitchen and he created a pasta in the likeness of her, what do they call it, the belly button
The belly
pasta.
button. So this is the belly button pasta. I
It
love
is,
that.
it is, and it's such an Italian story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all about the love story, right?
The love, the goddess of love,
The
and
goddess
her
of
navel.
love.
He got a nice glimpse, and he's peering through the keyhole.
Oh no, you could get arrested for that.
You could today.
You could today.
I'm sure if he got arrested, then he would have come up with a different type of pasta.
The keyhole pasta.
That's right.
Well, I
That's
mean,
right. The bar pasta.
the bar pasta, yeah. The file. The
Maybe-
file
maybe the
pasta.
Maybe that's
keyhole-
how they came up with a pasta bar.
Maybe the keyhole to his jail cell would have been made in
Yeah,
pasta.
there you go. That's-
That's right. That's right.
But I mean, that was a lot of work, this tortellini.
Yeah.
Max, how much work do you think that was?
Enough.
Enough? But you're excited to eat all of it, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
No pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain. I could just eat that and be happy. That stuffing, I'm in heaven right now, just on the stuffing.
This is something.
And then we have the tortellinis. Look how beautiful. We did a great job. Thank you for showing me how to make these.
You're welcome. It was fun.
How to make your tortellinis. Wow. Well, that's smelling really good, Steve.
So now the garlic is sautéing in the olive oil, and we're adding some strained tomatoes. I like to strain when I'm going to make a pink sauce because it mixes a lot better.
It does. And I like that Palmy brand too. That's really has a great flavor.
It's a nice flavor, and if you get everything hot enough,
Yeah.
sometimes the tomato will jump from your pan right into the cream.
I like that. That's
mixing
a great
required.
shortcut. No mixing required. And that's why you have them together here, right?
Right, that's right. They're close enough.
That's a perfect idea.
Just a few minutes, I'll add some salt and some more oregano.
Okay.
So now I'm going to mix the cream sauce in with the marinara to make a
Okay.
nice pink sauce.
We have a drum roll,
And the-
Max.
Heavy cream.
Thank you. I love that. Oh, Isn't
just
that pretty?
Look at the design.
It's absolutely gorgeous. It smells really good too.
So now we'll keep a little cream separate, just in
Yeah.
case someone may want just cream sauce.
Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna start cooking up these tortellinis.
All right, let's go.
Do you need me right now?
So now we're gonna just put a touch of salt.
Yeah. That was quite the touch.
Just a little touch. I had put a little in
I won't
already.
do anything,
Yeah.
Dad.
That was for the camera.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
now we're going to
Put our beautiful
put the
tortellinis that we worked so hard on, Max.
gently, so it doesn't splatter. And,
Yeah.
and if Maximo will go over and put 8 minutes on the timer, please. And then they'll start to float to the top
Yeah.
as they're done.
And as they float, you take them out.
I take them all out, you know.
Or let them
I-
cook a few minutes.
I cook,
With the
let
8
them
minutes.
cook about 8 minutes because
Yeah.
they're a little thicker because
Sure.
they're folded over a few
Yeah,
times.
absolutely. The pasta?
So as they're cooking, you can kind of tell when they're about done because they get a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
You can feel it against the spoon as you're stirring.
And they're starting to float as well,
And they
right?
start to float to the top,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there's like 1 more minute left,
Okay.
and
And
then
countdown.
we'll be done.
Well, this looks so pretty, all these sauces here. And I want you to try that Gorganzola sauce a little bit.
Oh, I can't
With
wait.
The thyme, the fresh thyme. It's just such an easy thing to do.
It's yeah.
Cheese and cream.
And just
And I
Okay.
love
seconds.
10.
10.
All right.
8, 7,
Should I try one before
You need
I?
to try one, don't you think?
Yes.
Your hard work there.
2, 1.
Careful not to burn yourself.
They're ready.
You ready? Hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo.
It tastes great. Okay. Turn it to the pan.
Looks beautiful. What do you think, Max?
Good?
It's annoying.
really is.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Wow, look at these beautiful tortellini. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy that you showed me how to make these amazing little tortellinis. I know now how much work goes into them, Steve. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That was fun.
All right, so let's get some forks and we'll start trying all these babies.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Mmm.
Mmm.
I love that cream sauce.
Isn't that delicate and delicious?
It's amazing.
Do you want to try that cream sauce?
I'm fine for now.
You gonna pass on that one? Okay. Kids aren't big on blue cheese.
No, I like it. It's
No,
just-
the
Alright.
time is
Not-
fantastic.
right
Isn't that time? Really kind of bring it all together.
Mm.
All right, so can I put a little truffle oil?
Sure.
Because I'm the truffle oil queen.
Sure.
I mean, this is like my favorite sauce, but I'm just.
All right, so here we go. That there. All right, so can you try it with a little truffle oil?
Sure.
Or you don't? You should try it in that oil there, Max, because it's
Okay.
a smoky flavor.
Don't smell the camera.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh my goodness,
So good.
Mm.
I love that flavor.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, right? I could probably lick that bowl.
That would be good for bloopers.
That would be good for a blooper, right?
You should try that as well. Did you try one of those?
I
You
did,
did,
but
okay.
I'm gonna have one more because it's so good. Mm. I love that tomato cream sauce.
Mm.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Our pleasure.
I'll make pasta with you anytime you want. To find this recipe, you can go to thetravelingepicurean.com. See you guys next week. Ciao!
Ciao, ci vediamo.
Ci vediamo! Chin chin!
Cin cin. Cent'anni.
Cent'anni! Woohoo!
Say ciao tutti. Means
No.
hello
Oh yeah,
everyone.
ciao tutti!
Say it. Say ciao tutti.
Ciao tutti.
Very good, I love that. Yo, how you doing, Max? Yo, Max, gonna make some tortellini today? What are you gonna put in the filling, Max? some cement shoes.
Yes, something dangerous.
Alright, how does that sound? Now, do we all look like we're in the middle?
Yes, we do. I'm the tallest.
And we're recording. See the red dot?
Yes.
But don't look at the square, look at the circle.
The lens.
Look at the lens, exactly. Hi guys, Michelle here. Welcome back to the Traveling Epicurean. Hi guys, Michelle here. Welcome back to the Traveling Epicurean. Today, upon request, I am sharing with you my chocolate chip cookie recipe. I can't wait to show you how I make these. Come on over here and I'll show you what we're gonna need to get these going. So this is what we're gonna need to make my chocolate chip cookies. I have 1.25 cups of light brown sugar. I have 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. I have 2 sticks of salted butter. I have a bag of Ghirardelli semi-sweet chocolate chips. 2¼ cups of flour. I'm going to use a tablespoon of vanilla. 2 eggs, room temperature. I have a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm going to start creaming the sugar in the butter and we're going to get these cookies going. I like using the salted butter because it adds another hint of flavor without going overboard. And I have my paddle attachment on, and we're just gonna start creaming the butter and the sugar to incorporate a little bit of air in there and make it nice and fluffy. This is also room temperature. It's important to have everything room temperature. My kids are gonna be so excited when they walk in that door and they smell these chocolate chip cookies baking. Realtors, I think, do this all the time. They bake the cookies so the house smells incredible and warm and cozy with chocolate chip cookies in the oven. That's a really good idea, don't you think? I'm also gonna put in the vanilla. And I use a tablespoon of vanilla. I've been making these cookies for many, many years. I always try different things, you know me, with my recipes, but I always end up going back to this recipe. It's really dependable and I really love it. All right, so I got the butter in there and I'm gonna start to cream this. So the creamed butter and sugar is really fluffy and it incorporates air in there and you get the sugar to kind of melt into that butter. I'm gonna start adding 1 egg at a time and let that absorb. And once the first egg is absorbed in there, I'm gonna add in the second egg. All right, so I'm gonna scrape down also the sides of my bowl here, because sometimes the sugar gets stuck on the sides. We just want to make sure that it's all mixed evenly. It smells so good. I love the smell of vanilla and that light brown sugar. So my trick here with my cookies is I add more sugar. I use 2 cups of sugar, and then I also add more light brown sugar than the white granulated sugar. I've made the cookies with dark brown sugar and I don't like the way they come out. This is perfect for how I like them, and I know that when I make these every single time, there isn't any left over for the next day, so I want you to try these. I think you're really gonna whisk in the baking soda and the salt flour here. You just give it a little bit of a whisk, and then I'm gonna slowly add it into our mixture here, and I'm not going to really run it for very long because you don't want any glutens to be building. We want to keep the cookies delicate and delicious. So, all right, so here we go. That's it. I don't want to overmix this because I don't want the dough to get tough. Cut this off. Put all these chocolate chips in there, just like that. All right, I'm just gonna mix these in. So I'm just going to use, I have a large cookie scoop, and I want a good 2 inches in between them because they're gonna spread out. So I can fit 4 across like that. Okay, these look really pretty. I got 12 on the tray. I'm putting them in the oven right now before Riley and Bella get home from school so they have some fresh baked cookies. Okay, look at these cookies. Oh my goodness. See how they're definitely pale in the center? I like them that way. I'm going to leave them on the tray for a couple of minutes so the bottoms don't fall apart when I try and put them onto my cooling rack there. And they're gonna still keep cooking. So being so blonde in the middle there, it's okay. But they are absolutely delicious and they're nice and chewy. So I made 2 dozen cookies. My favorite thing to do with the leftover cookie dough is to make a log in some saran wrap and put it in the freezer. This way you have some quick cookies out of the freezer. I don't even thaw it. I slice the log, put them on a cookie tray, and then pop them in the oven. It's perfect for those rainy days. Put it in a line just like that. I'm gonna fold over the saran wrap, and then I'm just gonna roll it. Tuck in the sides. Fold in each end, and you have this beautiful little log of cookie dough. I'm gonna pop this in the freezer, and then I have really quick homemade chocolate chip cookies. All right, so these are how I like my cookies to look. See the underside? If you leave them on the cookie tray for like 3 to 5 minutes, they're absolutely beautiful. Well, you got the goods on my cookies. I can't wait for you to go make these. Remember, you can find the recipe at thetravelingepicurean.com. Have a great weekend. Ciao!